Hi, I'm Mike, PokeTips Mike, and lately I've been wondering, can you beat Champion Leon using a team of just level 1 Pokemon? After challenging Leon to a battle and embarrassing him with a level 100 Magikarp, I wanted to flip things around. So I sat down and I thought for a long time about what Pokemon I could use that might stand the chance at level 1 against his team of level 60-something Pokemon. And I figured out if any Pokemon might have a chance of doing it, it would probably be Gastly. Gastly is a pretty awesome Pokemon. I've really loved it ever since I encountered one way back in Pokemon Gold version at Sprout Tower, and the moveset that it can get makes it pretty good at taking out high-leveled Pokemon even when it's at a low level. Using Pokemon breeding and other methods, Gastly actually has access to a pretty cheesy moveset at level 1. It can get moves like Destiny Bond, Trick Room, Perish Song, just to name a few, so I think we could have some pretty good fun with Mr. Leon. But since we're talking about fun, and since we're talking about cheesy, let's cheesily transition into today's video sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is one of the top 3 ranked RPGs on the Google Play Store, and it's just been nominated as a finalist for Google Play's Best of 2019 User's Choice Award. No wonder Raid is over 15 million downloads in the last 6 months. So what is Raid all about? It's an epic hero collection turn-based game with over 400 champions for you to collect and personalize. And the best part? It's free to play. Raid adds more than 16 new champions every month, so there's always new strategies and new ways to play. You'll get tons of cool rewards for progressing through the game, and once you complete the missions, you'll get one of the best legendary champions in the game, the Arbiter. So if that sounds fun to you, go to the video description, click on my special links, and if you're a new player, you'll get 100,000 silver, 50 gems, 1 energy refill, and 1 free champion, the Executioner. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here. Good luck, and I'll see you there. Thank you very much to Raid for sponsoring this video. So I have my all-star team of 6 Gastly ready to go. Let's see if we could beat Champion Leon using a team of just 6 level 1 Gastly. So the battle begins with Leon sending out his level 62 Aegislash. On my side of the field, I send out a level 1 Gastly, but little does Leon know this puny little level 1 Gastly was set up perfectly to take out his Aegislash. For starters, I maxed out this Gastly's friendship, which means it has a slight chance of dodging attacks as well as surviving an attack that would normally knock it out. For this battle to go perfectly the way I want it to, I am going to need to get a little lucky and have one of those things happen. Then, like I mentioned earlier, this Gastly also knows the move Perish Song, which doesn't matter what level he sends out his Pokemon, they're all gonna faint after hearing this song. So I've just got to get this Perish Song going, and we'll be able to take out this Aegislash. So for my first turn, I go for it all. I go for Perish Song, but before I could do that, Aegislash is obviously going to move first, it's a lot higher level than I am, and it goes for Shadow Ball. But Gastly is the MVP, the greatest of all time, and it just dodges that Shadow Ball like it didn't even happen. So I get my Perish Song off for free. On my next turn, I just go for the move Protect to stall a turn and get that timer going even more. Aegislash tries going for Shadow Ball, but nothing happens. Then the next turn, you know what they say, if you don't succeed, try again. It tries going for the Shadow Ball, it gets it off, but my Focus Sash lets me live it with no problem. Then I go for one of the most important moves in the whole match, Trick Room. If you don't already know, Trick Room basically makes it so the slower Pokemon moves before the faster Pokemon. Since I have a team of level 1 Gastly and he is a team of level 60-something Pokemon, I'm going to be moving first all the time now. And this is going to come in very handy very soon. Now when this turn ends, the Perish counter goes down to 1. Which means next turn, both of our Pokemon are going to faint guaranteed unless we switch out. Now, I'm going to actually need this Gastly later on in the battle, so I decide to switch out into another level 1 Gastly, which also has the Focus Sash. Leon gets a little cocky here and doesn't switch out. It decides it's gonna attack me and try going for the kill, but my new Gastly survives and lives with 1 hit thanks to the Focus Sash. Then, the Perish Song takes out that Aegislash, and we have our first Pokemon down from Leon. Then after this, I gain a lot of EXP on all 6 of my Gastlys, and they all get up into the mid-20s. Unfortunately, I can't keep them level 1 throughout the whole battle. I wish I could. And since they're all leveling up so much, they're all also trying to learn a lot of different moves, and this menu, I'm not joking, took so long to get through. Anyway, after I'm finally saying no to learning all of these moves on my Gastly, Leon brings out his second Pokemon, the big bad dragon Haxorus. But now I can start doing the ultra cheesy strategy. So this Gastly that I switched into, it knows the move Destiny Bond, which basically works like an eye for an eye. If he knocks me out, I'll take him out as well. Since my Gastly is such a low level, he's gonna knock me out with anything he does, so I go for Destiny Bond, and I'm faster because of the Trick Room, and Haxorus plays right into my Trap card and knocks us both out. Now that's 2 of his Pokemon down with my low-leveled team. So I send out another Gastly, and he sends out the Pokemon Dragapult, and we're going for the same exact strategy. I guess Leon does not learn. Dragapult goes down easily to another Destiny Bond. And finally, we could do that strategy one more time when he sends out his Pokemon Mr. Rime. I'll send out yet another Gastly with no item at all, just the move Destiny Bond. I go for Destiny Bond first, it attacks right into me and knocks us both out. And just like that, Leon only has 2 Pokemon left. However, these 2 Pokemon are the scariest 2 that he has. After knocking out Mr. Rime, unfortunately the Trick Room ends, so it's gonna be my top priority getting another Trick Room up again. So I send out my 4th Gastly, and Leon sends out his Inteleon. Now Inteleon's gonna be faster than me since there's no Trick Room up right now, but my main priority is setting up another Trick Room so I could easily go for that whole Destiny Bond strategy again. The only problem here is Leon's Inteleon knows the move Dark Pulse, and Dark Pulse also has the annoying little side ability of having a 20% chance of flinching your Pokemon when it hits you. For this whole strategy to work, I'm absolutely going to need that Inteleon not to flinch me. If I flinch, this match is over. So I try going for Trick Room, and Inteleon goes for the Dark Pulse, but luckily I don't get flinched and I'm able to get Trick Room off with no problem. From there, we can do our Destiny Bond strat once again. So Inteleon thinks he's all slick and tries going for Snipe Shot, but after my Destiny Bond, it takes itself out as well. And just like that, Leon's down to his final Pokemon, and I still have 2 Gastly left. So here we go, Leon is down to his last Pokemon, his famous Charizard. I decide to send in my original Gastly. There was a reason I kept that one alive and let all the other ones faint. While that Charizard takes a turn and Gigantamaxes, we go for the move Perish Song. Now Perish Song is kind of weird on Gigantamax Pokemon, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't want to work like in raid battles, but here in this battle it worked just fine. Since Gigantamaxing only lasts for 3 turns, and it takes Perish Song 3 turns, not including the turn that you use it to actually knock out the Pokemon, by the time the Charizard reverts back to its regular form, we're going to be able to knock it out with the effect of Perish Song. So I go for Perish Song, and Charizard, being the nasty monster that it is, decides to go for Max Rockfall and kills my MVP Gastly. Now it becomes a battle of survival. I only have 1 more Gastly left, my Phantominus or Phantominus, not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but my French Gastly. By the time we actually use this Gastly in battle, it levels up to level 37. So I Eevee trained it early on before we did any of this in HP and special defense, so it should be able to take a few hits. On my first turn, I go for Dynamax, I go for Max Guard to make sure it lives a turn. Leon's Charizard tries to go for Max Rockfall again, but I'm not having that. Now for my next move, I'm actually going to use an item here. Now I don't need to use this item, there is a chance that I could survive without using it, but just to be safe rather than sorry, I go for an X Special Defense to raise my Special Defense stat up a little bit higher so I feel comfortable living this turn. And luckily for me, it pays off pretty much immediately because that Charizard decides to go for Max Airstream, a special-based move, and we tank that like a boss. Seriously, take a look at that right now. We're level 37 Gastly, and that didn't even get us out of the green zone. To be fair, we are Dynamax though. Now after that whole interaction, a lot of stuff happens here. First, the Trick Room ends, and then second, Charizard turns back into its regular form. Now there's only 1 more turn to go until Perish Song knocks out the Charizard. So what I do here is go for Max Guard. I actually made a little mistake here. I probably should have gone for a full restore instead because Max Guard actually failed on me. And then immediately after that, when I saw it failed, I got really scared when I saw this Charizard go for Fire Blast. But luckily, it didn't knock me out. We survive with 51 HP and we take a little bit of damage from that sandstorm, and it's looking like right now we have all the time in the world to win this battle. But unfortunately for Leon, time's up for his Charizard, and that Perish Song knocks it out. And with that, we just beat Champion Leon using a team of level 1 Gastly. Now this actually took me forever to pull off. There is so much that can go wrong in this battle. Right in the beginning, if you don't get lucky enough and get that extra turn with your first Gastly, it becomes much harder if not impossible to win this battle. Like I mentioned before, that Inteleon and its Dark Pulse, that 20% chance of flinching, it happens a lot. And on other attempts, I got so close to knocking out that Charizard, but it would get this miracle critical hit on me and just totally knock out my Gastly from full health because crits ignore all your defense boosts and everything. So I don't know how many attempts it actually took me to get this to happen, but it took quite some time. So my friends, you now know it's possible to beat Champion Leon using a team of just level 1 Pokemon. So I've beaten Leon with a Magikarp, I've beaten Leon with a team of level 1 Pokemon, and now I'm wondering if there's a way to beat Leon using just one level 1 Pokemon. If you guys have any ideas for what that Pokemon might be, let me know in the comment section because I would love to try it out if it's possible. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out some of my other Pokemon challenges that I'll have on the screen right now. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.